Welcome to Love Them Knives channel. LTK here. Whoa. We've got Ganzo Automatics, and I just thought it'd be kind of something. I've had these knives for a while, and I just never got around to doing anything specific with them. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to group them and talk about Ganzo Automatics in general, instead of, a separate video on I've done a video on the 748, the 758. So the 739, 719, no, I haven't. But I'm just going to do a general spread here. This is not all of the Ganzo Automatics. This is just all the Ganzo Automatics that I have right now. That's it. That's it. Oh, here's the deal as well. This is the 758, right? And so they came out with these in these aluminum scales like this. So that's really cool. I thought it was cool. They're stone washed, and it's this kind of a blade, looks like a ProTech automatic. I mean, the blade shape does, at least. And so, there was a little bit of heeing and hawing about that for a little bit. 440C steel. And you'll see this is a tip up or tip down right hand carry, but no left hand option here. Which really you could have put a left hand option maybe in here. Just don't know the pocket clip coming down that far where it would have maybe interfered with this, where you have this lockout. So, and some people really didn't like all these hieroglyphs on here for the lockout. I really don't care on that. Not a whole lot really bothers me. And I guess since I'm not all that particular, I don't know that I'm that good at reviewing certain things, because I won't hyper-focus or obsess on anything in particular. And I don't pretend to be a knife designer, so I think, if you could put something like this together, you're a better man than me. And, I can feel whether it's something that will work for me or not. So this is cool, 440C and all these blades. But what I was going to say about this, before I digress, was that they came out in different handle colors. It was silver, black, this color, this goldish kind of color. And then there was orange, blue, and purple. Now, I think you can still get everything except blue and purple, which are gone. And that's too bad, because I sold off mine and thinking, I can get some more. Wrong. So I got this gold, and I don't have the silver or black or orange anymore. But, you only need one, right? You only need one. In any case, so interesting. I mean, this one here, this particular knife here, it's it deploys fine, but it's probably the weakest spring of the bunch. And I think these vary from knife to knife. Okay. This, is a 736, 440C steel. And look at this, you've got a tip down pocket clip. See how that goes? And then you've got these stainless steel bolsters. And you got the steel frame running the whole length. Standoffs here. Lanyard hole. But then you've got this camo G10 slabs on both sides. So if you like that, that's interesting. Although, some of these knives will come in different iterations. I've seen wooden scales. I've seen other colored G10 scales, that kind of thing. So it's not, this is just one example of the 736. Yeah, interesting knives. Interesting knives. Hey, before I go too much further, I want to give a shout out. Should have done this at the beginning, to Ray. He's in New York City. New York City guy, but he's a knife enthusiast. And, he's got a Instagram channel, So check him out. You know, he's fairly new enthusiast. New York City, can you believe it? How do you do that? In any case, yeah, he's got, I'm one of his followers, and he's really creative. His stuff is, wow, he is very creative, and this is a horrible picture. I just printed it off. Took a picture of the page of his Instagram. He has a YouTube site, Everyday City Carry. I'm going to leave the link to his Instagram and his YouTube. Check out his YouTube. He's got only 2 videos posted right now on his YouTube as of this date, which is the 20th of September 2017. Man, it's getting tough these days when you get older. But, I mean, his editing is incredible. It's just, wow. I mean, it just blew me away. Here I am like, turn on the camera. Let's look at some knives. I'm cutting to this and that. I mean, you just check it out. Do me a favor, just check it out. I mean, just for the editing, just for how he puts it together. If you've ever seen Dutch Bushcraft on YouTube, they're fascinating as well. Not so much for their thorough review of whatever product they're putting up, but just for the storyline, the editing, the music, the graphics. It's just an entertainment channel. I mean, I think I've seen worse stuff on television than I've seen, you know. So, I mean, Ray, you're doing great, buddy. Just, what a wonderful guy, too. Young guy, wife, works in New York City. Just, you know, give him a little support. In any case, 736, 758, 719. What do you think? G10? How's that feeling? Yeah, and this is interesting because on the back side, it doesn't have a G10 scale. So, wow, how about that? Interesting, though. I mean, some of these designs I didn't jump all over because I wasn't too sure I was really that interested. The other Ganzo knives, there's other Ganzo knives that I really like, and they're not automatics, and I don't know. I mean, I live in Arizona, so every knife is legal here. It's a tool. So you can carry automatics. You can carry as big a knife as you want, whatever you want to do. Okay? So, which is nice that they've finally grown up and joined and figured things out, because a lot of states are still highly restrictive on automatics and other knives, which is just silly. It's like, well, it's 3-inch blades fine, but 3.5, nope. You know, it's, I don't know. I just don't see a lot of knives fighting in the streets. Hey, you knife fighters, get out of the way. I'm trying to get into Kmart. Really? I mean, I don't know. Whatever. No. Think you get in a knife fight with another person that's got a knife, you got a problem. You gonna get cut too, probably. So, you know, not too many people jumping out there that, oh, well, whatever. But in any case, automatic knives, they're interesting. And there's some that I really find attractive and interesting. And this one here, I bought this, I bought that. These two I got in on a trade, so guy that had them. In any case, this is the 748. And I keep wanting to call it a 784. But yes, and this has got orange scales, steel bolsters. It's got this lockout thing, so I don't know. Then again, maybe it's not bad. But see, these don't. So I was like, what's the deal? And these buttons are flush, so it's not like it's going to come open in your pocket necessarily, unless somebody kind of get you in a certain way, because, you know, you could push this down against any surface and it won't open because it's flush here. I mean, it'll go into flush and it won't release. So you have to specifically get that button to open it. I don't find that terribly dangerous, but maybe the lockout thing, it's just something they felt they needed to include. Okay? So it wouldn't open accidentally. You got jimping here, kind of a little thumb ramp deal here, 440C, stone washed as always, and the tip down. Nice G10, you know, it's a full stainless frame here with G10 scales overlaid. You've got your open design and your standoffs. All right. So, I mean, it's a matter of taste. This is tip down. Let me go back through here. Tip up. Right hand only. No options there. Do you think they got enough screws to secure that pocket clip? Maybe just about 5 more would help. I mean, I don't know. I mean, just to me, that's... And not only that, but it's inset. You know, it's milled in. So, I mean, it's just not going to move in any case. I mean, I don't know. Just seems like a little overkill there. Good little blade, though. Real snappy. This one in particular is pretty snappy. 719. And this one is not a stonewash. This is a, I mean, 736, that was a 719. Now we're getting confused. 736, stainless, 440, like all the rest. But this one's satin. So we've got stonewash on this. Satin on the 719, 736. And then stonewash on both these knives up here. So now let's take a look at the size. These are obviously a lot thinner, not taking up as much real estate in your pocket. So that's 3 3/8, not quite 8 inches overall. So about 85 millimeters, 20 centimeters. Okay. So what do we got? Not quite 8 inches. Let's pull these in. Okay, next one. 736, 719. About the same, 3 1/4, a little shorter, just a little bit less overall, about 1/4 inch, or 1/8 of an inch actually. So this one's just a little smaller. 719's a little bit bigger. Of course, aspect on the camera will fool you. Next. Bigger. 3 1/2 inch blade. Not quite 8 1/4 overall. Okay. So not quite 21 centimeters and about 90 millimeters. So this is bigger. This is bigger than the other two, if you will believe that. And of course, this one I believe is pretty much the same as the 758, 3 1/2 and 8 1/4. So these two are the bigger knives. Also taller profile. These are smaller, not quite as big, and this one's just a tad bigger than that. So this one, about the same size. These two, about the same size, a little bit larger. Let's check to see what the difference is in the thickness of the blade stock. 2.88 millimeters, 0.113. .119. So this is pretty much a 2.8 millimeter type deal. 2.8 to 3.0. This is 3.0. Little thicker blade stock on that, but really, really close to the same. Let's just stay with millimeters here. 3 and 3. So basically, all the blade stock thickness is the same. How fat are they going to be in your pocket as far as overall thickness? 12 millimeters. So let's go in inches this time. 0.475, so basically 0.48, which is close to a ½ inch. Same. Woo, a little bit more. A little fatter in the hand, 0.516. And this one, this is a 0.47 something, so yeah, this is closer to the same overall width as these two. This one, just a little fatter. There you go. So, you can still get this one, the 758, in different colors. You know, just not the blue and the purple, which of course were my favorite colors, actually. I know that sounds pretty crazy, but I do like blue. In any case, so now this comes in different colors because here's one of them. That's green. Okay, 748. This one here, now check this out because the 758 is now out in G10. I think that's going to make it really interesting. I've got one on order, but it'll be a few weeks. Gear Best, I believe, is where I caught it at. Yeah, Gear Best. No, DH Gate. In any case, it was on DH Gate. And I'll put the link to that because the G10 models, I think, well, they're not going to mark up as easy as aluminum, even though this is anodized aluminum. So I think that's going to be interesting. They got black, green, and orange. So kind of the same as this. It'll be somewhat the same look, you know, G10 wise. There's traction on these. These are not bad. And like I said, you got this kind of thumb ramp going on. No thumb ramp here and no jimping on the back of this, if you'll see this. But you've got some traction back here and under here. So it feels good in the hand. This one kind of fills the hand out a little bit more. So it'll be interesting to see what the G10 versions of this will look like and will be like width-wise. I think that'll be fascinating. I'm really looking forward to that. I think the G10 versions might be more fun than the aluminum ones were. This one, you know, you've got some machining here on the 719. This is pretty grippy here. Check that out. So that's nice. It's kind of interesting how they did this little border around here, kind of break it up, give it a little bit of style. Different type of blade. Fairly thin. And you know, well, let's go down here. I mean, these are not all just like brand new out of the box. Well, okay, that's pretty, yes it is. Okay, that one, not bad, just try to cut my finger. Yep, got that one. This one, good. So they're all looking pretty sharp. Let's go around the paper, do it again. Wow, okay, yeah, that's really sharp. Have we messed things up enough? Yes, all very sharp. So another good thing about Ganzo, sharp right out of the box. Have we got enough of a mess? Length, width, blade width. Interesting knives. I mean, the action, good and solid on the 748s. Really snappy. They could vary from knife to knife. I've had some aluminum ones, these aluminum, the 758s, that were really, really snappy. This is probably the laziest one I've had in my hands. So it depends on, you know, how much spring you want in it, how much snap, how much force. That's pretty good. That's pretty solid too. These are all really good. You know, the fit and finish is really good on these knives, and for no more than they cost, like 20 bucks, something like that. And I'll put the link to Power Cutlery. They may still have some of these in stock. Their stock changes here and there, but if you can get it from a USA seller like Power Cutlery, I mean, I think you're better off. So, satin, stonewash. Kind of like the stonewash, a little bit better. I mean, on automatics, they're kind of more of a, to me, especially these budget automatics, they're more of a user. So I don't know if I really need a satin blade, because, you know, they kind of, you know, take the fingerprints and stuff. And that's just a personal thing. It just depends how you feel about that. Good snappy blades. You can see, you know, the plunger action in here when you push this, so the release. Open designs, easy to clean, very solid, nice, structurally sound knives. I mean, they're not flimsy at all. They feel really strong in the hand. Pretty comfortable. These are, you know, these are a lot thinner this way, which may be good for some carry options. And, you know, they're fairly comfortable in the hand. I like a little bit taller handle to fill out my hand. So I tend to prefer something a little bit with a little bit more real estate, north and south like that. So that's better for me, although I'm not overly thrilled with the tip down carry pocket clip. Wow. And you know, it just doesn't give you any option there. You got 2 screws here, some of them 3 screws, and 2 here. So this is pretty similar to the 748 in the way that's done. Come in different colors, come in different types of scales, some of these, so you can look online at, well, DHgate. I mean, DHgate, really the AliExpress thing for automatics has really been not good. So really go to DHgate, type in Ganzo Automatic knife, and then look through their listings. GearBest, I don't remember seeing the automatics on GearBest. Fast Tech, you can check them as well. Check GearBest, I could be wrong, because I frequently am. But, you know, look through there. Check with Power Cutlery, because traditionally they've had these automatics as well. All right? Hey, thanks for joining me. I know it's been kind of a bumbling, mumbling trip. And these Ganzo boxes are because I think I've had these 748, the orange and the green. I think I've had those knives for a little while, because maybe they're a Firebird series now. In any case, old school is not necessarily a bad school. All right. Hey, also stay up with Everyday City Carry. He's coming on strong, very creative, and he's a really good guy. So check his site out. Thank you so much. You know what we do here. We love them knives, so stay sharp.